and just share my screen. Please let me know if the screen is visible. Okay, so in today's session, what we are going to see is it is about the Q1 rollup. Okay, so we will see what is mean by Q1 rollup. So So cube is nothing but a cube. Generally, the cube and rollup is used to group the data. Okay, group the data by one or two dimension. So usually, what the group by will do is it will group the data with a one dimension or one or two dimension. Usually, it will do. But why we are using this cube and rollup is it will allow to generate the report. Okay, it will allow to generate the report with respect to the total and subtotal for all the calculating the total and subtotal for all the multiple grouping. Okay, so let us take one example. For example, this is my column A, B, C is my column. Okay, so if we have the dimension is nothing but they are representing the columns. That's all. Okay, so if we have a three dimension, so what the cube operation will do is it will take all the combinations. Okay, so like this A B C A B A C B C A B C. So for all these things it will generate the total. Okay, it will generate the subtotal as well as the grand total automatically. Okay, if we give group by for what is the syntax is while giving the group by. So while giving the group by, if we give just like this roll up, okay, roll up or cube. So if you wish to give like this, okay, this is the syntax while giving the group by. So inside this, there is a column one which you wish to group. Okay, column one, column two, like this it goes on. So for the n number of a dimension, the dimension is nothing but columns. Okay, so it will calculate. Okay, it will produce the result to set that it will include the subtotal and grand total for each and every combination of the dimension. Okay, automatically it will generate. We will see how to do that. Okay, so just try to remember the concept alone. What is the cube operation? It will generate all the possible combination of the values for the given set of the dimension, and it will produce its subtotal and grand total for it. So roll up is nothing but roll up is also similar to the cube. Okay, but it will take only the if it has a three dimension. Okay, if it has a three dimension A B C like that, it will take only the hierarchy level. Okay, A B C A B and A. That's it. Okay, it will not take all the combination and it will do the total, subtotal, and everything. So this is the basic difference between and also it will calculate the grand total alone. Okay, so for A B C A B and A and for the grand total. So like that, it will generate the roll up operation for the hierarchy. So this is the basic difference. So we will see how to do this. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one table, one new table. Okay, this table consists of the sale date. This is the sale table. So for example, this table consists of the sale date and product name and region. Okay, so up to this we can able to group it, right? So all these things are comes under the grouping columns, right? So date wise I can able to group it, product wise I can able to group it, region wise I can able to group it, right? So I after grouping the roll up and cube, what it will do is it will calculate the subtotal and total for the quantity revenue. So these are all the integer and decimal columns. So I can able to do the summation, right? Like I can able to do the sum of things. So what I'm going to do is now here I'm going to create one table with the name of the sale, and I'm going to insert all these things. Okay, So these are all sample data. Okay, I will open the Postgres. I'm going to connect it with the NM DB class. /c NM DB class. Okay. So now I have connected it with our database. I'm trying to increase the font size. Hope it is okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this table. Okay, and here I'm going to insert it. Insert some data. So that's it. Okay, so after doing insert, so I'm going to frame a question. So what I need is, okay, what I need is, I need to calculate the, okay, I need to generate one report. Okay, generate report with the, I need a total and subtotal. Okay, subtotal and total for what I can able to choose any two. Okay, or I can choose all the three. Okay, so I will go for the second option. I will go for all the combination, for all the combinations of date, product, and what else, region, right? Okay, using cube. So first thing I will take the cube. So if I take the cube, okay, what it will do, it will take all the combinations, right? And it will generate the subtotal for this, and it will generate the subtotal for this, and also finally it will generate the subtotal for individual A, B, C, and also it will generate the grand total. Let us see how to do that. So it is very simple. It is very familiar code only. Okay, it's a normal code only. We need to include the one keyword is called as rollup or queue. So this is the keyword which we are going to add in our normal query. So first thing what I need is select. So the first column is sale data, right? So I want with respect to the date. Okay, first sale data and product name. The next thing I want is a product name, and what else I need, I need the region also. Okay, I will take the region also. Okay, so with respect to all these columns, what I need is, I need the sum of, okay, sum of quantity. What is the quantity? Okay, so the sum of quantity, and also okay, I will take the revenue also. Okay, I need sum of revenue, sum of quantity and sum of revenue. I will take both the column. Okay, so what is the table name? From sales, right? So here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the grouping. Okay, group by. Group by. So the first thing I want to do is a cube operation, right? Cube. Okay, so that's all. Group by cube. That's it. So for with the normal group by, what we are going to get, and with the cube what we are going to get, we will see. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to group everything. Okay. So group by and order by. So I need to do some ordering with respect to all these things. Okay. So that's all. So I will just copy this and paste it, and I will show you the difference. What is the difference with and without all these things? Okay, with the cube and without the cube. So first of all, we have already seen about the group by like this only, right? So see how it is doing the grouping. So with respect to the date, okay, date. What else? Product A, and with respect to the region one, this is the sum, and this is the okay. Let us give some alias name so that only it will be easy for us to find. So this is the sum of quantity, right? QTY, and this is the sum of revenue, right? Okay. So here what we did is sum of quantity and sum of revenue. So what is the output? What is the meaning of this output is with respect to the date, the date has got grouped by. So this is the first level. So the first level of a date, this with respect to this date, how many sub levels are there? So I'm having the product name and the region, right? So with respect to the product A, this is the second level, and it got grouped by. Okay, so these two got grouped. And what is the third level? Region. What is the third level? How many of the region we are having? Just two region, just one and two. Similarly for the product A and B, and also for the date, two dates. So it will take all the combination with respect to this date and for the product and for this region. What is the sum? Similarly for this date and this product, for the region 2, what is the sum? Okay, so similarly for the date, see, up to this date is not has not changed, right? So what it is doing is for this combination. So this is the first level of hierarchy, right? We can so this is the first dimension, right? So the top level hierarchy is date. So with respect to the date, it is taking both the things, product A and product B. And with respect to the product A and product B and the date, it is taking the two region 1 and region 2. So for all the combinations, okay, this is the normal group by. We didn't do any cubing or anything. So we will see the difference, what the cubi will do with respect to the sum of the quantity and revenue. Okay, so it will take all the combination for the three levels. Okay, for the three levels, it will do the sum of quantity and the sum of the revenue. So this is what we did so far. Okay, so it will do all the if I give the grouping for the three level, this is what it will do, right? We have already seen many example with respect to this, right? So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the cube operation. So what it will do is, just watch out. You can see here, it will take the all the combination, right? It took the all the combination with respect to the date. First thing what it did is with respect to the date, product A and the region, and similarly product A for the region 2, it will take. Okay, it took the it took all the three dimension with respect to this three dimension. Okay, it took the product A, and for this product A, and it separated it as in region 1 and region 2. So for this combination alone, it has calculated the total, it has calculated the subtotal, right? 10 plus 30, 40, 100 plus 3, 300, 400. So it has calculated the subtotal for which one? For the product A. Okay, so please try to understand this. For the product A, it has calculated the subtotal. With respect to the region 1 and region 2, it has calculated the subtotal. Similarly, for the product B, it has calculated the subtotal. So 20 plus 40. So it took for the product B alone. Okay, for product B alone, for the region 1, region 2, 20 plus 40, 60. 200 plus 400, 600. So like that, for the product B, it has calculated the subtotal. Okay, it took this combination with respect to the product B. and product A. So for the product name dimension, the subtotal is over. So the next thing what it did is it took it for the date and the region combination. See here, the product is missing, right? The product is missing. It took for the date and region combination alone. So for this combination, it took the date subtotal. Okay. So for the date alone, how much of the subtotal for the region and region 2? So here it is calculated 30 plus 70, 100, 300 plus 700,000. So like that, it has calculated for which combination, for sale date and region combination. Similarly, okay, similarly, for it, it used to took the combination, the next combination, the date has changed. So up to this, the 2022-0101 combination is over with respect to product A and the region. So similarly, it took it for the next combination of date. Okay. So January 2nd. So for the January 2nd, what is the combination of these three and what is the subtotal of product A? And what is the combination of these three and what is the subtotal of a product B? Similarly, for with respect to the date and the region alone, what is the subtotal? Okay. So here until this, the date got over. Okay. For this date alone, what is the subtotal? So here onwards, it took the region and the product alone. Okay. So here it has calculated the region and the product. Okay. For the region and product alone, this is the combination and this is the subtotal. For similarly for the product B, this is for with respect to product B, region 1 and region 2, this is the subtotal. Okay. So for here, for the region alone, region 1 and region 2 alone, this is the subtotal and this is the total. Okay. So this is what the cube will do. This is what the cube will do. You can see here, this is what the cube will do. It will take all the combination. So here ABC is nothing but this date, name and region. So date, name and region, it took all the first, it took all the combination ABC. You can see here ABC, it took all the combination, right? And it has calculated the subtotal. Similarly, it took for A and B alone. Here you can see it took for A and B alone. For date and region alone, it took the combination. And here you can see A and C. So it took the combination for product name and the region alone. And finally, A, B, C individually. So it took the individual combination also. Okay, for region alone. And finally, the grand total. So this is what the cube will do. Okay, this is what the cube will do. So we will see the roll up also. Okay. So the same thing, please try to understand. I have did it with respect to the sale date and product name. Okay. Okay. Let us ignore the region here. Okay. Let us ignore the region here. So it will do the combination. It will take the 2 dimension. Okay. It will take the only 2 dimension. And it will do the what happened? I have deleted the. So you can see here it has taken the only 2 combination, right? With respect to date and the product. Okay. And also individual also and the grand total also. So it has calculated everything. So, okay. So this is about the cube. And this is the normal group by. How the normal group by and how we have calculated the total and subtotal for each and every combination by using the cube. Okay. So we will take this and we will do the roll up and we will see the difference. Okay. We will see the difference now. What is the difference between cube and the roll up? You can see here we have seen each and every combination in the cube, right? But with respect to the roll up, it has calculated only the the hierarchy level, what to say, the for each and every hierarchy level. So you can see here it has taken these two combination, all these three combination, and it has calculated it for the what to say, the date and the product. This is the subtotal. And similarly for the product B, this is the subtotal, right? And similarly for the product with respect to this date, and this is the subtotal product A, and with respect to this date, this is the subtotal, right? It doesn't take each and every combination, right? It took only the with respect to the main thing, right? So we have already seen here with respect to the roll up. So if we have three um, dimension, it took A, B, C, A, B, and A. That's all, right? So here you can see A, B, C, right? And here you can see A, B, right? And here you can see A alone, A alone, right? So this is the subtotal. And here you can see for all the things, it has calculated the, for with respect to this date, it has calculated the total. Okay. So this is what the roll up will do. So this is the main difference between cube and the roll up. So if you want to calculate, you can see the difference, right? This is with respect to the cube. It is calculated for each and every combination. And here roll up, what it will do is it has calculated only for the hierarchy level A, B, C, like that. So for first thing, it has calculated with respect to sale date, product name, and region. And next thing is sale date, product name, and the last one is sale date alone. Okay, and finally the grand total. So this is what the roll up will do. Okay, so this is the combination. So hope you guys understood, and we will see some more example with respect to our where is that invoice. So we will see some more example with respect to our invoice details. Okay. Yeah, this is our invoice details, invoice master, item master, invoice details. We will see one or two examples, and I will give you some exercises to solve. What I'm going to frame the question now for the invoice table. So here what I'm going to do is for invoice table, right? So I'm going to generate a report. Generate a report, okay? With the subtotal, okay? And total for all combinations. So for all combinations of like invoice date, okay, we will take the date. Here we have date, right? So we will take the date, invoice date. We will take the item base or item group base, okay? Item group. Using cube and roller. Cube and roller. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, we cannot able to do it for all the combination. If we want to do it for all the combination, we should go for the cube, right? So for with respect to the roll up, what we need is we need to generate the report for what to say, for each and every level, right? Each level of aggregation. We will keep like this, okay? Using roll up, right? So this is what the roll up will do. So what we are going to do is the same thing. Select what I need is invoice date. right? And item group, right? And what I want is sum of quantity. I will take the quantity here, right? I will take the quantity and as sum of quantity, let it be. And also what I want is I want the sum of value, right? Sum of value. So this is alias name. From which table? From invoice. What is that? So from invoice details. I'm going to fetch the quantity and the value from this invoice details, right? And with respect to the date, I need to join it with an invoice master. And with respect to the group, I need to join it with an item master. We will do that. Invoice details. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the join. Join. So I'm going to join it with an invoice master. On what basis? Okay. With respect to the condition. So I will keep this invoice details as an ID. Okay. So with this ID only, I'm going to fetch the value and the quantity, right? And for invoice master, I'll keep it as an IM. So from the invoice master only, I can able to get the date, right? So I need to give it like this, IM. So what I need to do, so ID dot invoice ID should match with IM dot invoice ID. Okay, so this is what I need. So in order to get the item group, right, what I need to join, I need to join it with item master, right? What is the table name? Item master, right? So item master, for item master, I will keep it as a IMM. Okay, so IMM dot. So here from the item master only, I need to get the item group, right? So on what basis I need to join this? What is the common column with respect to the item ID and here also item ID, right? IMM dot item ID equal to what is that? ID dot item ID. So that's it. So we have joined everything. Okay. So we have joined all the three columns. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the grouping operation. Group by. So cube. So here first thing. So this will, we will keep it as an next exercise. Okay. Next question. So the first thing I want to view the total and subtotal for all the combination, right? All the combination. So for that I'm using cube. So cube of what are all the things I have used here? There are two dimension. With respect to the two dimension only I have used. So with respect to two dimension and order by also order by the same two dimension, right? That's it. So we will see how it will bring the result. Oh, there is yeah, there is an from invoice details. There is no table. Huh? You can see here with respect to this date. Okay, 11/1 2020 11/1 oil pulse rice veg right? With respect to the oil pulse rice veg this is the total and this is the this is the subtotal. And also with respect to this date, this is the subtotal. And with respect to the this date, right, this is the subtotal. So likewise, it goes on. For how many dates I'm having nearly 30 days. For all the 30 days, it will bring, right? Okay, 22 days. So for all the 22 days, it will bring the combination, all the combination. And you can see here, finally, what it does. It has calculated the subtotal for oil alone. It has calculated the subtotal for pulse alone, right? So here on the top, it has calculated it for all the combination, and also this is for date wise, right? Date wise subtotal. With respect to oil, pulse, rice, which mean this is the date wise subtotal, right? And here what it did was, with respect to the oil also it has bring, and also pulse, rice, veg and veg mean, right? So for each and every combination with respect to date, and also with the for the item group. So for both the dimension, it has bring the subtotals, right? And this is the grand total. So total for everything, right? So this is the difference with respect to the cube and roll up. We will do the roll up for same thing, and we will see what it brings. You can see here, we have already seen the roll up, right? And also the total, subtotal. Yeah. So I'm just pasting the same thing, and here I'm giving roll up. Okay. So instead of cube, I'm giving the roll up. It completely depends on your requirement. Okay. So if you want to find the subtotal and grand total and everything for all the combination of the, for all the dimension, and with respect to all the combination, you can give the cube. If you want to find it for only the hierarchy level, right, with respect to the item and the invoice date, A, B and A alone, like that, if you want to find, you can use the um, roll up. Okay, this is the main difference. You can see here, it has calculated for everything, right? And we got only, okay, we got with respect to the date wise, okay, A and AB. Here, here we have got the subtotal for AB combination, and here we have got the subtotal, here we got the grand total, right? So here, that's all for AB combination and A, and with respect to the grand total. That's it. So this is the main difference between roll up and cube. So you can notice the difference, right? Here for each and every combination, it has given the subtotal and total. Here it has given only for the hierarchy level. So this is the main difference between cube and the roll up. Okay. So hope you guys got my point. What is the difference between cube and the roll up, and what is the purpose of cube and the roll up, right? What is the purpose of cube and the roll up? So it will allow you to generate the report that contain the total and subtotal for the multiple grouping sets. So without any manual calculation or manual intervention, so just by giving the group by and roll up, it has automatically it has calculated. You don't need to calculate anything, right? You don't need to give anything like a special uh, columns you need to add, and you have to do the union and all those things. So what if when I want to do the same thing without the roll up, right? So in order to do it without the roll up, what I need is, I want to calculate the for each and every group I need to calculate the sum and I need to do the union, right? and it should be in a recursive form. We have already seen the recursive, right? So here we have already seen some recursive in last class itself. You can see here, right? So recursively, I have fetched the supervisor ID. So similarly, this is the same thing which I need to do. So recursively, I need to, and I have, what I did was I have union everything, right? So parallelly, I did the union. So here, what I need to do is I need to union the totals and subtotals and everything like this. Okay. So this is what we need to do it with respect to the without using rollup, right? So with the rollup, the code will be very easy for you. If you want to do practice without using rollup, then you can do it. Just give a try and see how to do that. Okay. So we will, after this we will see some exercise part. I will give you some exercise to work out. Okay. I'm just stop sharing the screen and I will stop the recording also.